to describe the test for group 4. In group 4 we have 3 radicals, nickel, zinc and manganese. I am demonstrating in front of you the test for nickel. For nickel ion I have taken the nickel salt in a test tube and then add dilute HCl to it to make it a clear solution just by shaking it if it is dissolved, otherwise little bit heat the test tube to make it a clear solution. This is the original solution of nickel. Now we are adding ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide to it. Always remember that you have to add ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide in excess. Just dissolve it completely. Pass H2S gas. For nickel, we will get a black color precipitate of nickel is obtained. Filter of the precipitate. This is I have taken the precipitate and then going to dissolve it in minimum amount of aqua regia. Make sure that it is dissolved completely. The minimum quantity of aqua regia is needed and boil it off till dryness. Cool the test tube. Add few drops of water to it. Then we are adding dimethyl glyoxime. Few drops of dimethyl glyoxime. And then add excess of ammonium hydroxide. You see, a very bright pink color is obtained. If we are adding it excess, you can see clearly a very bright pink color is obtained. This means nickel ion is confirmed in the given mixture. Now in continuation, we will do the test for zinc. Again, we will take the zinc ion in a test tube and then add dilute HCl. Dissolve to make it a clear solution. Then add ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide. Both has to be added in excess. Shake it well. And then what? For group 4, we have to pass H2S gas. As we have passed in the case of nickel, we will pass H2S gas in case of zinc. See what happens? A dirty white precipitate will be obtained. A dirty white precipitate is obtained in case of zinc. Filter off the precipitate and do the confirmatory test from this precipitate in case of zinc. In the meanwhile, the precipitate is being filtered off. I will show you the test for manganese. For manganese, we will take the salt in another test tube and then we will in the same way pass dilute HCl. Make it a dissolve the mixture completely in dilute HCl. Add ammonium chloride in excess. Add ammonium hydroxide. Shake it well completely so that it is dissolved clearly. Pass H2S gas to this solution. What happens in case of manganese? If manganese is present, then above color PPT will be obtained. Just see the color difference. Above color PPT is obtained in case of manganese. Filter off the precipitate. Do the confirmatory test for manganese. We will take the precipitate of zinc in another test tube. I have already filtered it off. In another test tube and dissolve it in dilute HCl. Then add minimum amount of NaOH to it. we will see as soon as the minimum amount of NaOH is added, we will see the precipitate reappears in this case. If we add NaOH in excess, then this precipitate will dissolve inside the test tube only, and we will see, oh, the zinc is absent. But this is not the case. You have to make it very sure that if we are adding, we have to add NaOH in the minimum quantity to confirm zinc. Now we are taking the precipitate of manganese in the test tube. Dissolve the precipitate in dilute HCl. Completely dissolve the precipitate in dilute HCl. We have completely dissolved it. Then add NaOH solution to it. While adding NaOH solution, we will see the precipitate reappears in case of manganese. Now this time we have to add NaOH in excess so that the precipitate reappears. As you are able to see, the precipitate is reappearing if we add the excess amount of NaOH. So this is a difference between the zinc ion and manganese ion. In zinc ion we will add the minimum quantity of NaOH, while to confirm the manganese ion we have to add the maximum quantity, the excess amount of NaOH. So likewise we can able to distinguish between nickel, zinc and manganese. But this does not mean that all the three ions or the two radicals will be present at the same time. When the mixture analysis is going on, you have to make it very clear that either the zinc ion or the nickel ion or manganese ion will be present at one time. I am going to demonstrate in front of you the ions of the fifth group, that is barium, strontium and calcium. How we will confirm these ions? First, I am going to demonstrate in front of you for barium ion. Take the mixture in a test tube. If barium ion is present, then we are going to do the procedure. Take the mixture, then add dilute HCl. We dissolve it in dilute HCl. Completely dissolve it just by shaking. Then we will add, since no precipitate is obtained, first group is absent, we are going to add ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide to it in excess. Then shake it and add ammonium carbonate to it. Ammonium carbonate is the group reagent for group 5th. That is, if we are going testing for group 5th, then we have to add ammonium carbonate. As soon as ammonium carbonate is added to it, we can clearly see the white precipitate is obtained. If this white precipitate is obtained, we can say that 5th group present. Now it may be barium, strontium or calcium. We have to do it, we will do the confirmatory test for this ion. So dissolve the precipitate obtained in glacial acetic acid. For this we have to filter it off, and then we will take the precipitate I have taken the precipitate in the test tube, then dissolve this precipitate in acetic acid. The precipitate is completely soluble in acetic acid. Divide this solution into 3 parts. Divide the solution into 3 parts. To the first part, add potassium chromate. A yellow color precipitate is obtained. If yellow color precipitate is obtained, this means in a given mixture, the ion was the barium ion. So now we will not do the test to the other 2 parts for strontium and calcium because barium is confirmed already. So we will stop the test over here only. This is the confirmatory test for barium. Now we will do the test for strontium. Now we are going to do the test for the strontium ion. Take the mixture in a test tube, add dilute HCl, make it a clear solution. Just by shaking it gets dissolved. Then add ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide in excess. After dissolving it, then add ammonium carbonate, which is the group reagent for group 5, and you see we will obtain a very good precipitate of 5th group. A very good precipitate is obtained for group 5 just by adding ammonium carbonate. When we add ammonium carbonate, we are getting a good precipitate for group 5. That is, 5th group is present. It may be barium, strontium, calcium. So, filter this precipitate and divide it and dissolve the precipitate in acetic acid. The precipitate take the precipitate, dissolve it in acetic acid. It's completely soluble in acetic acid. Divide it into 3 parts. Now, to the first part, we are adding potassium chromate. See, when we add potassium chromate, no precipitate is obtained. This means barium is absent. To the second part, add ammonium sulfate. When we add ammonium sulfate, see, a thin white precipitate is obtained. This means strontium confirmed. When strontium is confirmed, we will not do the confirmatory test or any test for calcium, because the 5th group radicals are always identified in the sequence. First we do the test for barium. If barium is present, need not to do the test for strontium and calcium. Similarly, if strontium is present, then we need not do the test for calcium. Thank you. For this, we have taken the mixture in a test tube. Add dilute HCl. Then add ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide to this. And add ammonium carbonate. When we add ammonium carbonate, we should get the white precipitate. If we are obtaining the white precipitate after adding the ammonium carbonate, we can say that 5th group is present. You can see the precipitate. Now filter the precipitate and dissolve it in acetic acid. When it is completely soluble in acetic acid, divide it into 3 parts. Why we are dividing it into 3 parts? Because as I have already told you that we always do the test in sequence. That is, first for barium, second for strontium, and if both are absent, then only we will do the test for the calcium ion. So, to one portion, we will add potassium chromate. See what happens. No precipitate is obtained. It is simply your chromate color. Now, to the second part, we will add ammonium sulfate for strontium. No precipitate is obtained. It is a clear solution. No precipitate is obtained. Now to the third part, we will add ammonium oxalate. When we add ammonium oxalate, a very good white precipitate is obtained. This means calcium is present, or you can say calcium is confirmed. This means that for calcium, we will only proceed after doing the test for barium, strontium. If both are absent, then only we will do the test for calcium. Thank you.